Pastor Wade Phillips here, Waverly Station Cowboy Fellowship. Loving your neighbor doesn't always require a grand gesture. Sometimes it's checking on someone who lives alone, helping carry groceries, sharing a meal, or simply taking time to listen. Small acts of kindness can change the atmosphere of an entire community. Let's be the kind of people who notice one another, serve one another, and pray for one another. Huntsville, let's love our neighbors well. A community message from Spirit 94.3.
Hey y'all, it's Cameron Lee TV on your radio today. As the new school year approaches, Spirit 94.3 is praying for our students, teachers, and school employees across Huntsville and Walker County. May our students have the courage to learn, grow, and show kindness. May our teachers have strength, patience, and wisdom. And may every school become a place where children feel safe, supported, and encouraged. Here's to a great school year from your friends at Spirit 94.3. Hope lives here.
Morning everyone, Josh Mashi here with a quick Huntsville area weather update for this Monday. This morning we're starting with a slight chance of rain showers, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Later today, keep an eye on the sky with highs in the low to mid 90s, around 92. Take care out there.
Making disciples of all nations from here to the world. Spirit 94.3.
All right, everybody, here we go on a marvelous Monday. I'm just sitting here staring at Rick right now, okay? And I have him turned off for a reason. Now, Rick, I've leveled you up.
You've leveled me up.
You are leveled up. XP 100, level number 7. Welcome as we get rolling here on another episode of
Yeah.
Good Morning Huntsville.
You saw the patch on my head. I've got one that says, I don't get older, I just level up.
Ah, I like it. Okay. You leveler, you.
Is that today's patch?
No.
Oh.
It's a good patch. Well, it's a good patch. What was your patch today? So let's explain the patch really quick. Rick wears a hat. It's kind of like one of those, those the police vest things where you can rip off the Velcro. So Rick's today, what does your patch on your hat today say,
It says,
Rick?
it's not road rage if you have sirens.
Okay. Not road rage if you have sirens. Okay.
It's true.
Do you have one of those Dukes of Hazzard sirens that you whip up real quick on top of the blue
It's a
van?
Starsky and Hutch.
Ah, okay.
But I do have that car.
I like it. Well, welcome in as we are here this morning.
Please don't give him any ideas.
That's a good idea.
I think
That goes along with the CB club that we're starting.
When you go along with me, we'll do that.
Our CB club has been in the works now for about 4 years, Rick. It's under
So far, I'm the only one that's CB, right?
yeah. Well, you and our good friend Liz Spear, Noah Spear's dad, or Noah Spear.
Noah Spear's got one.
Noah Spear's in the club. Billy Cawthon's in the club.
Does anybody have a CB?
Yeah. If you have a CB, join the club.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Rick's got about 15 that, I will happily donate to somebody.
If somebody needs one, I've got one.
Do you have those old ones? When you like the realistic?
I've got them so old that they had the dial and they only go to 23.
Ah, ooh. And that it has that weird electronic smell when you turn it on. You think it's burning or melting, but it's not.
No, it's burning.
Okay. If anybody's listening, he does not have a foot warmer, good buddy. Over.
I do not have a foot warmer.
Well, hey, we are here. Welcome in, everybody, as we get rocking and rolling. Always a privilege and an honor to be here with all of you as we are here on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. Underwriting support for this program is made possible in part by Elliott's Jewelers, by appointment only, online at elliotsjewelers.com. Also, Huntsville Memorial Hospital Healthcare in Walker County, right off I-45, their website, huntsvillememorial.com. And, of course, here on this marvelous, non-mundane, motivational Monday, Rick and Kaye Boehning, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, 3 locations to serve you here in Huntsville. Their website, tomorrowspromise.info. Okay, Rick, good to see you. How was the weekend?
It was pretty good, Rob.
Yeah.
Our son came to stay with us for a little while.
Is that the son that lives near where I used to live?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And he's in Gerald. I remember this.
Yes.
I do listen.
He came with his girlfriend and we swam around in the pool for a while.
Wonderful.
They brought their dog. The dog swam in the pool. That was funny.
Do y'all have a pool? Y'all have a pool at the house now?
No, we just lied about that. Of course we have a pool.
I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know maybe like
Have you not been to our house?
Well, I've been to the front. I haven't been to the back.
Oh, well, you're welcome to come. The kids would love the pool.
It's not like it used to be. When I used to just walk across the...
Yeah, you used to walk back across the alley and just talk to us. And we didn't have a pool then.
I used to just walk across Gilbert's lawn back there, Kaye, and, he was cool with everything. And there was that weird fence.
Yeah, he just had the one kind of line of fence and you could walk on either side. I guess he just didn't like to see me walk around in my underwear.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. So it's kind of one of those things, though. Like for us, I get along with my neighbors very, very well. Even though, if you're listening, that your 2 trees fell on my house, we get along great. If those trees, here's something, Kaye, and I know we'll get to Kaye's Monday mindset here in just a moment, but here's something I wanted to start with. You can make the best out of every situation, and I could have chose to be extremely bitter and anger over that whole situation about those trees falling in my home with Hurricane Beryl, and I could have maybe tried to say, well, you're going to pay for, how it gets. It can get pretty bad pretty quick if you're not careful. And I was like, it's unfortunate. It stinks, but it is what it is. And the insurance is written the way it's written. And there's nothing that I can do about it. And instead of being bitter and angry, I'm just going to suck it up, Buttercup. That's what my dad used to tell me. And I'm just going to figure out a way to get through this. And we were blessed because we had some people that helped us because financially it was a pretty big deal. The insurance covered a lot of it, but there was still that deductible. Mm-hmm. But now that neighbor and I have formed a friendship. And if I remember the guy, he comes over to my house during Hurricane Beryl and he's in a white or a yellow trench coat. Looked like something off Sesame Street when they're playing in the puddles. I mean, this guy was decked out from head to toe. And he comes over, he's like, y'all all right? And I see these flashing lights. And not only he was there, but the fire department was there. And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, I'm your neighbor. And here we are, a year or two back, never knew the guy. We see his backyard. And now we're friends and we talk once in a while and we wave at each other. And see, if I would have had the bitter attitude and tried to pursue things that I wouldn't have been able to pursue anyways, that would have just formed a terrible boundary. And you got to live with your neighbors.
I know.
You know
My
what I'm
wife
saying?
has made the best of a bad situation for 21 years.
Kaye, you got to live with your neighbor. You ever say, could you be, would you be, won't you be my neighbor? But the reality is, Kaye, maybe we need to think about that song. We don't need to sing it maybe, but maybe we need to think about that whenever we think of our neighbors. Could you be, would you be?
I lived in our new house for a year, and I only know one of our neighbors.
Mm-hmm. And as a challenge this morning, get to know your neighbors and have a better relationship with them. So that's just my little nugget this morning, Kaye, to start out.
Well, you can take any situation
And make it worse?
and make it worse or better.
I can make it worse.
seriously, you had a decision to make when the tree fell on your house as to what you were going to do with it the next thing after that.
Sometimes in life, we get discouraged, we get disconnected, we feel like things aren't going well. I posted yesterday that this has been a very trying August. But instead of having the attitude of, oh man, what else? Because human nature's attitude is what else? When the wheels of misfortune start turning, you start to focus on the misfortune instead of being reminded of all the good around us. And Kaye, this ties in perfectly
I was going
to
to say,
your Monday mindset. This is my segue, is that you may be in the middle of something today. Like for us, just August has been one hit after another. Little things. I have a client in Georgetown that I've had since I had my IT company. And I get an evergreen commission for this client. It's not much, but it's something. And years ago, I wish I would have figured out this before I sold my IT business. I found out about it 3 months before I sold it. There was a way that you could refer clients to products and services, and many times you would get an evergreen commission. So long story short, perfect example, Suddenlink, which turned into Optimum. Optimum gave us 14% evergreen through this referral company of anybody that we referred to their service. Well, years ago, there was a guy in town that was on old school DSL. He had about 10 phone lines. And because when you get on those plans from 2 decades ago, they don't like you calling asking about them because they like charging you the rate from 2 decades ago. So a service that really should have been $600 or $700 a month at the time, he was paying about $1,800 a month for. And I told him, I said, man, look, I can get you cable internet out here. He goes, well, no, I've tried. I've called him. I said, no, I have a different way of going about it. And because of our upline, we were able to negotiate a deal. Now they required this. They required a 7-year contract. They said, if you can commit, they told the contract they sent me, they said, if he can commit to 7 years, we'll honor this price. Man, I got the price down to $400. Well, I get an evergreen commission as long as he remains a customer from that day until 100 years from now. I would continuously get a little bit of commission each month. And this month I noticed I no longer get that commission. Well, it's because he was on that plan. And the reason he had to sign this 7-year contract is because the cable didn't exist where he was at yet. So I used to joke and say when I would drive back to Georgetown, I'd see these utility poles and I would see the cable. I said, hey, we made that happen for him. It was a neat little thing to see these 6 poles for about half a mile draped with cable. But because he agreed, they ate the build out cost. And we got him internet, and he's been happy ever since. Well, I just found out he switched providers, and so we don't get that commission anymore. So that was one little thing. Then Facebook. We're in the Facebook jail still because of something that is just ridiculous with this poor little girl that we've been sharing information about. Well, it turns out everybody that was sharing this contest got banned. And I reached out to Hasbro, the toy company. We're aware of this. There's nothing we can do. And it's just unfortunate. I know it's not their fault, and no one at Facebook has responded to us except computer generated things, and we have emailed them numerous times. They're probably tired. They're probably going to ban me more for bothering them all the time. So that was, and we get revenue from that. So long story short, I'm not saying woe is me, but I'm saying this for a reason, because here's all these little things that add up. But I had this mindset, Kaye. I said, you know what? This August is going to be my best month that I've ever had. I want to think like that, because if I'm thinking about what next, well, then guess what? What next is probably going to happen. What next is going to be me slamming into that guy's truck again, because guess what? He got his truck back and he's right back to parking it where he got hit in the first place. If I had the what's next attitude, I'd probably slam into his truck again. My attitude, Kaye, and this ties in for anyone out there, is just keep showing up. That is Kaye's Monday mindset. What do you have for us today, Miss Kaye? And that's what I wanted to toss the people's way this morning. Just keep showing up.
Have you ever started something with all kinds of enthusiasm and then discovered somewhere along the way it got hard? I certainly have. Starting is exciting. We make the plan, we set the goal, we get excited about what it could become. Now, I have to admit, getting started has never really been my problem. I'm usually the person who gets an idea and immediately starts figuring out how to make it happen. Sometimes I probably need someone standing beside me saying, "Kaye, maybe we should think about this for a minute." Yeah, he's right there. And if somebody tells me it can't be done, well, usually that makes me want to do it even more. Rick really does try to slow me down sometimes. Bless him. But after all these years, he also knows that once an idea gets into my head, I'm probably going to at least figure out whether there's a way to make it happen. But over the years, I've learned that enthusiasm and determination aren't always enough. Sometimes the real wisdom isn't knowing when to start. It's knowing when to pause, when to change direction, and when to trust God with the timing. Robin Sharma talks through the Everyday Hero Manifesto about the power of consistency, discipline, and continuing to do the work when no one is watching. I've learned that lesson over and over again. You don't have to feel motivated every day. Sometimes you just simply have to show up. But I've also learned something else. Showing up doesn't always mean continuing with the original plan. Sometimes showing up means having the courage to change the plan while remaining faithful to the purpose. Motivation gets you started. Consistency keeps you going. An idea by itself doesn't accomplish very much. At some point, you have to do the work. And then you have to do it again tomorrow. That's the part we don't talk about nearly enough. We celebrate the person who loses 30 pounds. And hey, I can actually use that example now because I've lost 30 pounds myself. But we don't see all the little choices that happened along the way. We celebrate the successful business. We don't see the years someone worried about making payroll. We see someone who has built a good life. We don't see what it took to start over after a divorce. I've done that a few times, and I can tell you that starting over isn't nearly as exciting as starting something new. Sometimes showing up simply means getting out of bed, taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and believing that life can be good again, even when you can't see what that life is going to look like yet. And then, if you're really blessed, you find a Rick. We celebrate the graduate. We don't see the nights they wanted to quit studying. That's the thing about success. We usually see the results. We rarely see the showing up. We don't see the tears, the prayers, the doubts, the bills, the mistakes, and the days that someone wanted to quit, or the mornings when they got up and did what needed to be done anyway. Success usually looks exciting from the outside. From the inside, it often looks like doing the next right thing faithfully for a very long time. I've also learned that having lots of ideas isn't the same as accomplishing them. Believe me, I can come up with more ideas and more projects than I could possibly finish in a lifetime. The challenge isn't always deciding what we can do. Sometimes it's deciding what we should do and what needs to wait. You don't have to do everything today. This is something I have to remind myself of too. When I have a big goal, I want it done, preferably yesterday. Patience has never exactly been my strongest virtue when I can see where I want something to go. But some things simply cannot be rushed. A child doesn't learn to read in one session. A new employee doesn't become an excellent leader after one training. A business isn't built in a month. A relationship isn't strengthened by one conversation. And we don't become the person God created us to be in one Monday morning mindset. Growth happens little by little. That's why showing up matters. We do today's work, then tomorrow we do the next thing. Over time, all those things begin to add up. So don't let a bad day become a bad direction. I think this is where many of us get in trouble. We miss one day at the gym and we've decided we failed. We overspend and we decide we'll never be good with money. We lose our temper and decide we're terrible parents. We make a mistake at work and begin to question whether we're capable. One mistake doesn't erase all your progress. Correct it. Learn from it. Then show up again tomorrow. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. I've made decisions I would make differently today. But I've learned something important. You don't have to get everything right to keep moving in the right direction. Give yourself enough grace to learn and enough discipline to try again. But make sure you're still going in the right direction. There's another side to perseverance that I've had to learn. Sometimes we become so determined to reach a goal that we stop asking whether the original plan makes sense. We tell ourselves, I've already invested too much. I've already told everyone I'm doing it. I've worked too hard to change now. So we push harder. And pushing harder is something I know how to do. But perseverance and stubbornness aren't the same thing. Sometimes wisdom says pause, look around, pray, listen, then decide what the next right step really is. Changing direction doesn't necessarily mean you were wrong about the destination. Sometimes you simply discovered there's a better road to get there. So your challenge for the week is choose one thing. Pick one area where you want to make progress and commit to one small action every day this week. And small actions are easier to sustain. That's why it helps. Show up anyway. On the day you don't feel like doing it, do something, even if it's smaller than you planned. Consistency matters more than perfection. And check your direction. Ask yourself, am I still moving toward the right purpose, or am I simply following the original plan? This keeps perseverance from becoming stubbornness. 7 days won't transform your entire life, but 7 days can change your direction, and direction matters. A lesson I've learned. For a long time, I thought perseverance meant you just kept going. Push harder, work longer, find another way. And believe me, I can be pretty determined when I decide something needs to happen. But experience has taught me that perseverance and stubbornness aren't the same thing. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is admit, this isn't working the way I planned. That doesn't necessarily mean the dream was wrong. Maybe the timing is wrong. Maybe the right people aren't in place yet. Maybe something else needs your attention first. Or maybe God is simply saying, trust me, you're not supposed to make this happen right now. I'm learning that lesson even now. There are things I want very badly to accomplish. I can see what they could become, and my natural tendency is to start figuring out how to make them happen. And once I start figuring, I'm pretty hard to stop. But sometimes leadership means taking your hands off something for a season instead of trying to force all the pieces into place. That can be hard. It can also bring an incredible sense of peace. I've learned that changing the plan doesn't mean abandoning the purpose. Sometimes it means trusting God enough to believe that if the purpose is right, He'll help provide the right people, the right opportunities, and the right timing. My job is to keep showing up, keep preparing, keep listening, and be willing to change direction when I need to. That's not quitting, that's growth. Final thought. Whatever you're working toward right now, don't become discouraged because you aren't there yet. You don't need to finish the whole journey today. Just take today's step. But make sure today's step is still taking you where you are supposed to go. Sometimes the right step isn't forward. Sometimes it's a pause. Sometimes it's a turn. And sometimes it's setting something down for a season and trusting God enough to pick it back up when the time is right. Make today's phone call. Read today's chapter. Save today's $5. Encourage today's person. Keep today's promise. Say today's prayer. And tomorrow, show up again. Because extraordinary lives aren't usually built through extraordinary moments. They're built through ordinary people who kept showing up, keep learning, and have enough faith to change direction when God shows them a different path. Don't quit on the purpose just because you need to change the plan. Remember, life isn't changed by one big decision. It's changed by the little decisions we make every day. Today's small choices become tomorrow's legacy. So choose wisely, love deeply, and keep learning and keep growing.
I wish I had the Josh Mashi like sound clap effect over here because I'm going to tell you, Kaye, that was probably one of the deepest Monday mindsets that we've had. And I want people to hear these. I talk about this every week, but people truly need to listen and focus on these, Kaye, when you do these, because there's a lot of things in there that we could devote the next month every day on this show digesting everything that you relayed to us today. That's how important this is. And as you were talking, I was thinking about all the things going on just in my life. And I hope that's what these do for other people. I hope, Kaye, that when people are listening and you're reading these, that it has the exact same effect that it has on me, to where you start personal reflection. Because I'm going to tell you, every Monday, there's a personal reflection that takes place in my life when you read these. And it tied in so perfect. Everything that this month started out with for me, that I know I have to keep showing up. And here's something. This morning on my way in, I kid you not, I had a thought. Not like, don't worry. It's not one of those bad, like a terrible thought of self-harm. It was nothing like that. But the thought was, I'm just going to stop. I'm done. That was just a quick, and I'm sure we've all probably had that thought at one point or another. And my thought this morning on the way in, very briefly, was like, I'm done. What am I doing? What's the purpose? And that's the enemy getting hold of one little brain cell thought that you have and trying to explode it. But you know what the very next thought was after that very minuscule, quick thought that should have never entered my head? It was, keep showing up, because my children need me. My wife needs me. And that's why I said, I don't want people to worry and think it was like something bad. It wasn't that type of a thought, but it was just like, what am I doing? What's the grand scheme of all? Why am I doing this? Where is this going? Who is this helping? And that's the enemy attacking us. Because when I paused for a quick moment and immediately I said, I'm going to keep showing up because my children need me. My wife needs me. My church family needs me. This community needs me. There is nothing self-ish about telling yourself that people need you, because people do need you. Keep showing up. And maybe there is somebody out there this morning. Maybe there's somebody behind a prison wall right now that's saying, I'm in here for the next 50 years. There ain't nothing I can provide. Even if you're behind a prison wall, you can keep showing up for somebody else. We have a perfect example of it, a guy named Jim Beam that's here at our church. Spent time behind bars. He kept showing up for people. Now he's showing up for people in the community. That man don't even realize the impact that he's making on people. And so, Kaye, this was really important today. I'm sure over the 28 plus years of you being in education and running a school, that there's been days to where you said, I'm done, right? I mean, you've never had that thought, have you, Kaye? I'm sure you've had that thought before, right?
Many times. The last 3 weeks have been a very, very challenging. Very challenging.
But if you think about it, you keep showing up. I mean, you're here this morning. You keep showing up because you have, 300 plus children that depend on you. Not only you, but you have staff and you have a husband who depends on you. And that's where I'm trying to go with this today, not only to help us personally, but for folks to realize that there are other people in this world that need you. And maybe you only have that. Maybe you feel like you don't have any connections. I promise you that every single person on this earth, maybe they feel alone. Maybe they never even get out of the house, but there is still somebody that needs them. Miss Molly shared a story this morning. Broke my heart. Rick was in here, and it broke my heart because there was a neighbor right in the same place that she lives, that she saw an ambulance come over this past weekend, and in fact, it may have been yesterday.
I think it was.
And she said, what's going on? What's happened? And they brought somebody out. And let's just say when they brought him out, it wasn't good. This person had passed away. And Molly had expressed to me, she said, I don't know if I've ever shared the gospel with that person. And it broke my heart because her heart was broken. Mm-hmm. But here is a lady, and Molly, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but because I think it's such a relevant story to this morning. It's wonderful how the Lord works because he ties in everything. But now she has an opportunity to minister to this man's brother. And just as I encourage Molly, keep showing up. Keep showing up in that man's life. All of us have somebody that the Lord has put in front of us that we just need to keep showing up. And maybe it feels like you missed the mark or you missed something that you were supposed to do, and now you feel bad and regretful. But sometimes we could think about every person that we cross paths with in life, Kay. Every single person we could say, boy, I missed that opportunity. I missed that opportunity. That's right where the enemy wants you to be. I want to encourage you this morning to keep showing up in somebody's life. Man, this is good this morning, Kay. When we get done here in a little bit, I'm going to spend some time thinking about more ways that I just need to keep showing up. I'm not just saying, I mean, this has really hit me in a very profound way. And so think about that this morning. Maybe things, as Kay said, haven't worked the way you've planned. Maybe you feel like you're missing the mark. Maybe you're in a financial distress. Maybe job isn't going the way that you'd hope. Keep showing up. And I'll end with this thought, and then we'll take a break. We'll stay on the radio. I want to talk about a very important event that we keep highlighting because we want more people to know about this. But maybe you are in that season to where things are so low that you don't feel like even getting up to show up. Boy, that's a hard place. And I'm sure that every one of us in this room have been there at least at some point in our life to where we don't even feel like getting up, that it's just too much. But you have to make that decision this morning, wherever you're at. You have to make that decision this morning to get up and at least put your foot on the ground. Okay, I know that there's been a lot. You and I have talked. I mean, I know that there's things that have, with you too, everybody, where some days it's not easy putting your foot on the ground, is it?
There's some days it's like I'm so overwhelmed with the number of things I have to do, and it's like I don't even know where to start. And it's like, okay, I'm going to do 5 emails or something, and then that turns into 15 or 50 or,
Or you bunny trail.
Well, they got it off of 14 other projects that was on my overwhelmed, I needed to do list.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Rick, what advice would you give to somebody? Kay's given us some great advice this morning. As we wrap up this first segment, what advice would you give to somebody this morning that maybe just doesn't even feel like getting up? What would you say to that person?
Get up anyway. Do it. Doesn't do you any good to lay in bed, although today is National Lazy Day.
Does that tie into something a little later?
It does.
All right. Forget everything we just said. It's National Lazy. Don't show up today.
You have to work to participate in natural.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have to know about it to begin with.
Well, I was going to say, even to be lazy, you have to participate.
Yeah, you have to get up.
You have to do something to be lazy.
No.
You made a decision to be lazy. That's doing something.
I didn't. She made me get out of bed.
Oh, man. All right. Well, this is good. Friends, you can find that article and many more of them, by the way, on Kay's The Monday Mindset with Kaye Boehning on HelloHuntsvilleTX.com. Hey, stay with us. We got more to talk about as we continue promoting and celebrating the good right here in our community, and an important event coming up. Before too long, it's going to be here right around the corner. In fact, 32 days away. How did that happen? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Kay's excited. We'll talk about it when we come back. We'll just go to a couple of PSAs, so stay with us here on Spirit 94.3, and we'll be back in a moment. It's your program. This is Good Morning Huntsville, underwriting support made possible by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, online at tomorrowspromise.info. Stay with us.
Every day, correctional officers and staff across Huntsville walk into demanding jobs most of us will never fully understand. They work long hours, carry tremendous responsibility, and help protect their units and our community. Today, take a moment to pray for their safety, strength, wisdom, and families. To every TDCJ employee listening, your work is seen, your service matters, and Huntsville is grateful for you. A community message from Spirit 94.3. Hey y'all, it's Cameron Lee TV coming at you on your radio today. If you're listening from behind the walls of the TDCJ unit, know this. You may be behind bars, but you are not beyond the reach of God's grace. Your past is part of your story, but it does not have to write the ending. There is forgiveness, hope, and a new life through Jesus Christ. You are seen, you still have purpose. And here in Huntsville, people are praying for you. Spirit 94.3, hope lives here. Hey y'all, it's Cameron Lee TV on your radio today. As the new school year approaches, Spirit 94.3 is praying for our students, teachers, and school employees across Huntsville and Walker County. May our students have the courage to learn, grow, and show kindness. May our teachers have strength, patience, and wisdom. And may every school become a place where children feel safe, supported, and encouraged. Here's to a great school year from your friends at Spirit 94.3. Hope lives here.
Morning, everyone. Josh Mashi here with a quick Huntsville area weather update for this Monday. This morning, we're starting with a slight chance of rain showers, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Later today, keep an eye on the sky with highs in the low to mid 90s, around 92. Take care out there.
Well, you know what? I messed up here. It's not time for that, Rick.
What?
I know. We saved that for the social media side. This
Leave that.
This is a teaser for people. When you hear this sound on a Monday, normally means Rick and Kaye's top 10. Here's the teaser. You radio people out there say, well, we don't know about the top 10. Well, it's because you need to head over to social media. You need to head over to YouTube, head over to our Facebook page, click on the link, and you can watch the show on social media.
And here are the top 10.
That's right. See how I kind of...
Every Monday
That's it. Every Monday.
that I'm here.
You see how I kind of segued my mistake there, Rick? Did that?
I thought that was brilliant. Absolutely. There's a little light bulb come up over your head there.
It doesn't happen often, man.
I was going to say, didn't you do that last week too?
Yeah.
So see, you just keep showing up.
keep showing up in your brain.
This is your subtle advertising to get more viewership for the radio for the live stream.
Yeah, it's just to keep showing up and to keep and the more mistakes we make, as long as we become aware of them, and as friends call us out, like Kaye did and said, "Rob, did you do this?" Then we think about it and see. A good friend will explain to people, "Well, didn't you do that before? Didn't this happen?" And then I'll think about it next time, and then I won't do it again.
Or you'll do it again because this is a way to advertise for the top 10 to stay tuned. There's more.
Yes. Just wait. There's more. You know what you could do, Kaye? I started thinking about this. You could have like a bell or one of these buzzers, and you could actually start tossing it at me when I make these mistakes, and then I'll really be mindful of them. And that'll be such a great Monday mindset.
If I tried to throw something at you, I'd break the glass over there. So
Or hit me.
We still have a little minor hole in the wall where we had an axe. We had these axe throwing things, and I thought it'd be a great idea. It was not a great idea, Rick. Anytime men say, "Boy, I have a great idea," it's usually not a good idea. Yeah. And
Hold my coffee.
Yeah, we decided to do a live axe throwing on the show. It was the little plastic axes, and
you still made a hole.
Well, Josh made that hole over there. He was way off. So, well, hey, enough about the axe throwing. We need to start throwing some events around here in town, and there's a big one coming up that is just a little over a month away. Lasso Your Imagination is almost here. The proceeds go to help support the Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation, of course, a nonprofit with the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, to support childhood literacy, early childhood literacy here in our community. And this is such a great event every year, happening this year on September the 11th. Kaye, give the folks an update. I know we're going to continue to talk about it up until the event because we want repetition works, and we want people to know and to support this year's event. So tell us what's happening.
Well, the first thing I want to do is talk about how important it is, because 64% of our children are going to kindergarten not ready, which translates into 67% not passing the third grade reading test. And, third grade reading test, and that shift there, you go from reading to learning to read to reading to learn. And so if they don't get it by the time they're in third grade, they stay behind usually for the rest of their school career. And so we need to be doing better at getting our children to school kindergarten ready. And the easiest and the best way to do that is to read to your child. Well, if you're in a poor community, there's one book on average for every 300 children. So over 60% of our children are economically disadvantaged in this community. So we have a very high percentage of children going to school that's never even seen a book. So how can they be kindergarten ready? So the reason. That's the reason. The entire reason why we're doing the Dolly Parton Imagination Library is to get books into the homes of these children. And we are currently sending out over 1,000 books a month. And it doesn't matter the parents' income. Everybody can sign up. The point is to try to get all the children having the same books, because then they have a shared common knowledge, shared language, know the same vocabulary words. It makes it much easier for the school teacher to start teaching the children if they have more of the same background. And so we put on the fundraiser, Lasso Your Imagination, in order to raise the funds to pay for mailing these books to the children.
Which,
Dolly?
once again, costs the parents nothing.
Costs nothing to the parents. Dolly pays for the books to be made, and currently it's in five countries, and she's paying for over 3 million books a month to be made. And then we pay to have the 1,000 books mailed out to the children here in our community. And so she partners with a nonprofit in different communities to administer the program and pay for the books to be mailed out. So that's the whole purpose and reason for doing the fundraiser. And so September 11th, on a Friday this year, so it is Friday this year, we will be having an event out at the fairgrounds from 6 to 10. Doors are open at 5 o'clock. We're going to have barbecue dinner cooked by our buddies out at the American Legion. They graciously cook and serve our meals for Lasso. So it's a home cooked meal. If you want seconds, and there's seconds, you can have seconds. We have drinks. We're going to have a whole bunch of different cocktails and tea and
soda.
Yeah,
beer.
if you want.
And bad dad jokes from Rick.
All the time.
And then,
I mean, if I've got a Mac, you're going to have a bad dad joke.
There'll be a silent and live auction, but then also we're going to be playing bingo, so you'll have an opportunity to win prizes. And my bingo is different than other people's bingos because
We have second chance bingo.
Yeah, we have second chance bingo. It's bingo with a twist. Because, when somebody yells bingo, you hear the collective
I was so close.
through the room. But we keep calling until we get a second place winner, just to take some of that sting out of not winning the best prize.
Yeah, it gets depressing whenever you're that one little dab away, and then as you said, the collective. And then you start having these thoughts, this thing's rigged. It's always that same person winning. Well, not at Lasso, because there's a second chance.
So, like I said, I like to try to do things a little bit differently.
Oh, she does.
Well, it is a great opportunity. Kaye, I did want to remind folks, there is still some tables left, not many, and also some sponsorship opportunities, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe just kind of let the folks know a little bit about some of those things too. And the website they can go to online as well.
Okay. You can go to yourimagination.info and get tickets. You can call me. You can email me. You can call the school. Tables are $500. We have VIP tables for $750, and you'll get your drinks and your food brought to you if you want, or seconds brought to you. Then if you're a table sponsor, you get your name put in the brochure. Mm-hmm. We have a full color brochure, and your logo is put in color, recognizing you as a table sponsor. And so immediately when you open up the book, very center page, it shows everybody that's a table sponsor, and people will see your name.
Yeah, well, come and be a part of this. And Kaye said you can call the school 936-435-0303. You can also go online, as she said, yourimagination.info, and find out more information. Friends, this is so important, and I'll promote this too personally. As my two children, I've seen firsthand the value of reading with them makes. In fact, it's gotten to a point now to where it's, let's read another book. Let's read another book. And she did pick up the Dr. Seuss book the other night, but it was a rabbit version of it. It was a little more manageable for Daddy to read that one. Kaye, I do have a confession. There are some times the eyes are getting very drifty on both of us, but sometimes the pages will accidentally stick together, and we'll skip a couple. And I need to stop doing that, but we read every night, and we absolutely love it. And I'm going to tell you, it has made all the difference in the world.
I would say
Accidentally, Rick.
Yeah,
better
I
to
got
read.
the accidentally.
Yeah,
part.
better to read the whole book through and make it one book than to read 3 books partially.
Yeah.
Because when you're reading, it's teaching the story progression
The continuity.
and sentence structure and things like that. And so it's better to read the whole book.
But he
through.
said his eyes were getting drifty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when they get drifty and the pages accidentally start skipping, we only read one book in that case.
Yeah.
But it is, I'm going to tell you something. One of the greatest joys, I mean, when you have children, there's so many joys. There's a lot of challenges too, but the joys outweigh the challenges. But one of the neatest things that I've enjoyed, and I was thinking about it last night as Braylon and I was putting her down to sleep, is she just randomly starts making up stories and talking to herself, and the things that she comes up with. I'm sitting there wondering, where does she come? Well, I know where it comes because she's reading and expanding her vocabulary. And she will just make up the most far-fetched stories. And then she doesn't realize I'm looking at her. And as soon as she catches me, she gets embarrassed and smiles and says, "Don't look at me, Daddy." But that comes from reading. I know it does. Where else is it going to come from?
Yeah, reading to your child 15 minutes a day from the time they're born until they start kindergarten adds 4 million words to their vocabulary.
Good night. Yeah, I need about 400 words to my vocabulary, and so if I read, I'm going to pick it up right away.
I'm saying that many words are spoken to them.
Yeah,
Not that they're going to know 4 million different words, but
oh, my little girl does, Kaye. I don't know where she comes up with the stuff she does.
that's because of her Montessori background.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, again, yourimagination.info. Please support this event because it does support childhood literacy here in our community. Again, call the school 936-435-0303. Kaye, anything else before we take a break?
Just continue reading to your children, your grandchildren.
Your husband.
Actually, I wonder if there's any studies about couples reading to each other.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to read to you.
I read to Bridget once. It was kind of awkward.
Isn't it awkward?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Well, no, I mean, like I
could
know,
read the Bible,
I know
Yeah,
if
that's
you were
different.
doing, I know if you were doing a Bible study, but I wonder about other books.
Yeah, don't know. Bible's okay, but other stuff's kind of weird. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to go back to music and programming here on Spirit 94.3. If you'd like to continue the show, hey, top 10 coming up, and we'll wrap it up before too long. So come join us on YouTube. You can search for Hello Huntsville. You can also find the links on our Facebook pages under Hello Huntsville. We'll take a break. For the rest of you on radio, God bless you. Have a great day, but come hang out with us on social media and let us know you're out there. Text us 936-339-0139, 936-339-0139, or you can comment on the feed. We'll be back in a moment, and this is Good Morning Huntsville.
Hello, Huntsville. Imagine giving a Walker County child a brand new book every month from birth until age 5 at no cost to the family. Tomorrow's Promise Educational Foundation makes that possible through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Help us keep the books coming by joining us for Lasso Your Imagination, Boots, Barbecue, and Bingo, Friday, September 11th at the fairgrounds. Enjoy dinner, bingo, auctions, entertainment, and a night that supports local children. Learn more at yourimagination.info.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Are you ready for a better way to bank? Join Walker County Federal Credit Union today. As a member, you'll enjoy low-cost loans, no annual fees, and easy online access. We're not just a credit union. We're a community dedicated to your financial success. Experience friendly service tailored for just you. Why wait? Join us online at walkercountyfcu.com or drop by our location at 1802 Normal Park Drive, Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hey friend, Rob Hipp here. I want to take a moment and brag on my friends at Elliott's Jewelers. If you're celebrating a milestone anniversary, they have a beautiful 14-karat yellow gold past, present, and future diamond ring that really tells the story right. There's 3 natural diamonds. They represent where you've been, where you are, and what's still ahead together. And that's what I love about Elliott's. They're not just helping you to buy jewelry, they're helping you mark an important moment in your life and help to make memories. And it may be that specific ring, it's not the one for you. Well, they have a large selection to help you find something that fits your story. Hey, go to their website. You can set up a private appointment online. It's elliotsjewelers.com.
Hi, I'm Kaye. No, listening to Barrett Radio.
Faith has a new frequency. The Spirit of Huntsville, KHSPLP, Huntsville, Texas. Spirit 94.3.
Currently in Huntsville, it's clear and 75 degrees.
And now it's that time of the day on a Monday where the bats are already flying across the street. Yeah, if the wind hits just right, you know what time it is. It's time, coming at you live here on Good Morning Huntsville for Rick
And Kaye's
Top 10. Rick, as always, brother, you guys have it. Take it away.
Well, today, August 10th, is National Lazy Day. The only holiday where lying around the house like a possum under a porch counts as full participation. I'll count them down from 10 to 1.
And if you're pull a hamstring counting, Rick, we've got ice in the freezer, and I absolutely have no intention of bringing it to you because I'm going to be lazy.
Oh, crud, I lost it.
You got him too excited.
Yeah.
He lost it in more ways than one.
I guess.
There's a couple
Number
of them.
10.
Hey, there's a couple rolling on the ground if you need to pick them up real quick.
He's too lazy to do that.
Number 10, sleep late. Turn off that alarm, roll over, and sleep until your body decides it's good and ready to face the world.
But at our age, sleeping late means making it all the way to 2:15 in the morning without your bladder hollering, "Everybody out, this ain't a drill."
Number 9, stay in your pajamas. Forget getting dressed, stay in your pajamas all day and enjoy yourself.
If the doorbell rings, hit the floor and crawl past the windows like Jehovah's Witnesses brought a search warrant.
Number 8, have your food delivered. Don't cook anything, have somebody bring lunch straight to the front door.
Nothing says Southern royalty like watching a little car move across your phone while whispering, "Come on, Bubba, Mama's fried chicken is getting closer."
Number 7, ignore the laundry. Leave that laundry right where it is. Nobody needs clean socks badly enough to ruin National Lazy Day.
And if the pile gets any bigger, sprinkle some pine needles around it, call it Mount Huntsville, and charge admission. That sounds like too much work.
Charging admission?
Well, even sprinkling pine needles around it. That sounds like
They're
work.
everywhere. It's easy. You could do it.
I'd have to go out and get some.
Oh, never mind. Just be lazy. Ignore it.
Too much.
Number 6, take a serious southern nap. Turn the ceiling fan on high, stretch out on the couch, and take yourself a good long afternoon nap.
The perfect southern nap is when you wake up at 5:30 p.m., confused, sweaty, one sock missing. The Price is Right is somehow on the television, and for 10 minutes you don't know what year it is.
Number 5, become one with recliner. Lean back in the recliner and stay there until there's a legitimate reason to move.
Would that be the bathroom again?
Yeah.
Rick's been in his so long, I sprayed Armor All on his forehead and listed the whole thing on Facebook Marketplace as a matching set.
Got bids too.
I was wondering why it was so shiny.
Number 4.
That's why we wear the hat.
Yeah. Number 4, let the yard fend for itself. Forget mowing the yard. It's August in Texas, people, and nobody needs to be pushing a lawnmower through that heat.
Absolutely. If the grass wants cutting that badly, hand it the mower. Just warn it about the fire ants. They own most of the property now anyway.
Number 3, do not get up for the remote. If the remote falls on the floor, use your toes, a broom handle, or whatever else you can reach without leaving the recliner, up to and including the grandchildren or the dog.
And if you can't reach it, you're watching whatever's on until somebody comes over or the power company shuts you off, whichever happens first.
Number 2, reject real pants. Cancel anything that requires a belt, button, shoes, or pants that don't stretch.
After a certain age, an elastic waistband isn't giving up. It's admitting the Lord has already blessed you abundantly.
Amen. And then number 1, way to celebrate National Lazy Day. Do absolutely nothing. No mowing, no laundry, no errands, no projects, and absolutely no guilt.
That's right. Sit on that porch like an old hound dog. Let the weeds grow. Let the dishes soak. Let the neighbors talk. And remember, you're not lazy. You're Southern. It's August, and the Lord did not give you air conditioning just so you could go outside and expire from a heat stroke.
Amen.
There you go. Rick.
And Kaye's
Top 10 here on a marvelous Monday. I don't know. I couldn't celebrate Lazy Day.
I have way too many plans for today.
She would not be able to do it.
No, I have no idea what that even looks like. Well, I'll take that back. I took like a 4-hour nap this weekend, and boy, it felt, or Friday. Because on Fridays, it's pretty much, we do the show, and then it's just, then I catch up on a few things from the week, and then that's kind of it. Well, this Friday, I said, I do need to catch up on some stuff, but I also need to catch up on my sleep. And I went home after the show, and I fell asleep, Kay, and I slept for 4 hours. I think I needed it.
I think you probably did.
That's about as lazy as I can get.
Kaye doesn't sleep well at all, so if she takes a nap, I encouraged her to do it.
Well, and then I woke up and I felt even worse. So it's like I tried to be lazy, and here's a key to this: when you're lazy, you end up feeling worse. So, well, hey, let's take one more quick break, and
that's because you're supposed to keep showing up.
Yeah, see, there you go. If people would just pay attention to the show.
I guess I should have read her thing before I did the National Lazy Day.
You should have, yeah. Well, let's take one final break, and when we do, we'll come back and we'll close it out. Stay with us. We'll take a quick break, and we'll wrap it up when we come back. It is your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville. As always, a big thank you to Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, serving this area for over 28 years, 3 locations to serve you. And we'll wrap it up with Rick and Kaye here in a moment. More information online, tomorrowspromise.info. Stay with us.
Hello, Huntsville. Imagine giving a Walker County child a brand new book every month from birth until age 5 at no cost to the family. Tomorrow's Promise Educational Foundation makes that possible through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Help us keep the books coming by joining us for Lasso Your Imagination, Boots, Barbecue, and Bingo, Friday, September 11th at the fairgrounds. Enjoy dinner, bingo, auctions, entertainment, and a night that supports local children. Learn more at yourimagination.info.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Back at it here on Good Morning, Huntsville. How about a nice 78 degrees, rain back in the forecast this afternoon? Boy, where did that thunderstorm come from?
It just came out of nowhere yesterday.
It's almost like being in Oklahoma.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. I was outside and heard it thundering. Well, actually, I was out working on one of the cars, so I had to stop what I was doing.
I mean, it literally came out of nowhere, and Bridget, my wife, and Bridget, my wife, and Kaden. It sounds like three people. My wife, Bridget, and Kaden were taking a nap yesterday after church. We went out to eat, and then we came back, and of course, right after the church and the food, you're usually pretty tired, and so Kaden fell asleep in the car, and Braylon didn't want to take it. She's at the age where she doesn't take naps all the time, and I don't like force her unless she's really tired. I'm glad because she slept really good last night. But she sat down on the couch with me, and we watched Little Rascals.
Little Rascals.
And I thought for sure that little rascal would fall asleep, and she didn't. And after the movie, I fell asleep. When the movie was over, she woke me up, said, "Daddy, the movie's over.
Let's do something now."
Yeah, and she had a heyday, but the thunder and the lightning had started right when we woke up, and it kind of skirted our neighborhood there. And we didn't get much. Did y'all get it at the house downtown?
We got 0.4 of an inch.
Wow. 0.4. 0.4 of an inch.
I think it just rained right over our house.
And just dumped it out. Yeah. Well, hey, there is a lot going on in our community. We want to keep you updated. You can go to our website, hellohuntsvilletx.com. We are updating the events. And I apologize if you have our app, the Hello Huntsville app. You probably got inundated with maybe 15, 20 alerts last night. We were adding a bunch of new events that we came across. And so we're working hard to keep all of that updated as well. And the app does alert you every time we add stuff. And so there was probably a lot that came through. If you haven't downloaded our app, do so.
I've got the app. I've got the alerts.
Yeah. You're like, no, Rob's up to doing stuff again. But download the app. You can find it in the App Store. And we want to keep you updated with all things that are happening here in Huntsville. The 7 Brew Coffee expected to open up here very soon. There was a lot of activity. Here's the thing, Kaye. I think it's a marketing thing, which is okay. But you drive through at night, it looks like the place is already open.
Yeah.
They got the blue neon lights, the signs all lit up. And I'm like, man, I really want to drive through there. And
I do too. I want to try it out.
Then you only to find out it's not open yet. And then yesterday, on our way to church yesterday, there's like 20, they do like Chick-fil-A, man. They bring in everybody. So there's like 20 people out there pouring coffee and doing stuff outside. And I thought, well, there's people there. Maybe I should just drive through. And I think a few people did. I bet if you do, I want to challenge somebody. If you see somebody over there today, I want to challenge you to drive through there, okay? Just drive through. And I bet you anything that they'll give you some sort of a free coupon. They have to, Kaye. They have to. I'm going to try it today. If I see somebody, I'm going to drive through.
They haven't had the ribbon cutting yet.
No, they haven't. But there's people there.
You and I are supposed to be there for that.
Yeah, well, there's people there, though.
Hey, what am I? Chopped liver?
Oh, you work all the time.
That chopped liver that sizzles in that weird little green thing that Mom had on the counter with a little vent on it that you plug into the wall. Did you ever have one of those?
No.
Oh,
my family was poor.
God, Mom used to cook that liver and that, and the only way I could eat it was putting ketchup.
It smells delicious cooking. It tastes awful.
No, when you think about a liver absorbs everything in the body.
Yeah.
Why would you eat it?
Because it's good for you.
No, it's not. It's terrible.
It's full of iron.
Oh, I'll just go eat
a nail.
I'll just call up those 2 brothers over there down the street, and I'll go to their place.
Iron brothers?
Yeah, and I'll eat their iron. So, well, hey, we're about to wrap up here on the show. Again, appreciate Rick and Kaye for hanging out with us as always on this marvelous Monday. We've talked about a lot today. We hope that you've got set in the right mindset to go about your week, and we pray that all of you have a very blessed week. Kaye, the lasso of your imagination. We want people to come out. You can go online and find out more information at yourimagination.info. It's been fun today. Do y'all have any final remarks? We've been on a little over an hour, and I know y'all have got things to do. I've got a vamonos. I need to quit saying vamonos muchachos because now Caden says it.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah,
now he's bilingual.
We were at HEB and like somebody was in front of us and we're always very nice, but he just goes, "Daddy, vamonos muchachos." And I was like, "Don't say that. That's not how you use that. You don't like rush people in front of you, son." But Kaye, any final thoughts before we wrap up? Besides anything to do with me teaching my son to say "vamonos muchachos"?
I was just that's fine.
Yeah,
just keep showing up.
Yeah.
Keep showing up. That's it. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys very much. Again, Tomorrow's Promise is doing incredible work here in our community. I encourage anybody to get your children enrolled. You can go to any 3 locations. Just go to the main office, ask for a tour. It's a little bit easier though to call and schedule that tour, but go and learn what Tomorrow's Promise is doing because our 2 children are thriving. And it's probably why my son is not afraid to go up to people and say things because I've taught him how to say things.
Vamonos muchachos.
Vamonos muchachos. On behalf of Rick and Kaye Boehning, I'm Rob Hipp saying, "Vamonos muchachos." We'll see you back at it tomorrow at 7:30 as I end every single show reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there needs you. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30. Jason Thompson, Guardian Defense. Until then, good morning, God bless, and we will see you later. Thank you, Rick and Kaye. Love you guys, and y'all have a blessed day.
Adios, muchachos.